You do the sound check? I have to test it on my ear. Harbison dropping deep, laser across for Kobayashi. Out for a corner though, Ben Berry sweeping up there nicely. Cross comes in now. Petrados steps inside, finds Armstrong. Armstrong driven shot. Odenvik is there, clears it long. Falls for Vicchio. Nothing's happening.
Why is he running?
Even his goal, I've seen him. He's trying to
Getting cold because this one like this one like honestly strong because we'll keep it.
You're all very welcome along. We are here at Penshurst Park. It is the last game of the Saturday set of games. The NPL New South Wales men's competition. Very intriguing sliding doors kind of game it is here too. Side St George City is on 12th place at the moment. A good little run at the moment. Got a couple of draws, got a couple of wins, just a good loss in the last 5 games. Going nicely at the moment under Mirko Uli. They are up against NWS Spirit. They were on a harder run. Until last week, it was 4 losses on the banks. They managed to get themselves a win just last week, a 3-3 win against Sydney Olympic. We've got the teams here, so they're announcing in the background, so apologies if you can hear it, but we will take you through those teams as well at the same time. In goal, number 1 is Jack Kenny. We've got a back 4, it's Ben Berry, Corey, Solomon John Mononfika, Lewis Mitchell, and Mason Tatafu. Midfield then it's Mitri, it's Tef, Brody Clarkson, Lewis Corey, and then up front, Johan Pedersen and the fantastic talismanic Hiroto Domoto, which is a fantastic name to say. Spirit in goal. Staying in goal is Jay Coates. He's holding off Chris Marks in goal. And at the back, they've got Aidan Mustafoy, Brady Smith, Kaya Williams, and Simon Nicholas. Then in midfield, it's Corey Kavanagh, and he will captain the side tonight. Costa Petrados, score of a hat-trick last week. Sam Armson, also in midfield, with Rico Kobayashi. And up front, they've got Khan Nizam and Ben Giro, the very youthful, 17 years of age he is, Ben Giro. So I've got some supporters here of. Who are you guys supporting? The Brady Smith fan club is here beside me. He is coaching a bunch of young boys. What team are you boys? Rebel Rage. What age? Under 13. So they're here beside me. They're cheering for Brady Smith, and you will hear some cheering and shouting and supporting from them during the course of the game. And they're representing their team here brilliantly. You are all live on TV right now. Yes. So we're going to have an interesting evening here. As I said, well, we're being asked what channel we're on. We're on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel, where you can see every single game of the NPL top tier, and we are off and running. Adrian Orange is our referee here tonight. Aidan Kay supporting him with Thomas Alders, and our fourth official is Callum Gamper. Now, as we also mentioned here, it is a very, very tight pitch here at Penshurst Park. There's loads of space between where we are and the sideline. But, for some reason, it is quite a narrow field. The Spirit are going to get us running. And there is the aforementioned Brady Smith, who has his under-13s here below us. And they're going to cheer and clap and shout every time he gets on the ball or near the ball. Kaya Williams, he drops the ball back to Jay Coates. Plays the ball long. It's a slightly awkward bounce. Ben Berry is there, and he cleans things up nicely. Drops it back to Jack Kenny. And Kenny now looking to play it long. There's Pedersen. Little flick on for Pedersen. And it's goalkeeper to goalkeeper. All the way back to Jay Coates. Ball out to Brady Smith. You're going to hear the cheers every single time he touches the ball. The ball is played back there a little bit carelessly. So Coates has got to come across, and he's got to clean up, and he's given away a throw in there on that far side. Now, you may have been able to hear the public address announcer was announcing the teams as I was announcing them. So if the sound was not fantastic, I'll take you through those teams again just so we get a little stoppage of play. But we've got a throw in now out on that far side. St George City looking to get us going with the first shot of the match. Not able to get possession there. The ball is hooked away. Only for a throw in. Which is taken quickly by Lewis Mitchell. And he finds Mason Tatafu, scorer of the only goal here a few weeks ago, Mason Tatafu. They got that very tight 1-0 win in the St George Derby. Speculator, 30 metres or so. Just caught the goalkeeper unawares. He's delighted with that goal, and that was the difference. And here he is on the ball again, finding Mitchell. And Mitchell finds Clarkson. Ball is turned over now, and here is Petrados. He was absolutely flying in training during the week. Sergio Malfaro told me, scored that hat-trick last week. He is buzzing, he is full of confidence. He gets his first touch on the ball, but they're forced back Spirit. They've got to set again, and you can see now this familiar pattern that St George City go into. And, I don't need to tell you, Brady Smith on the ball there. And Spirit couldn't get forward. Interplay there, but Petrados can't quite pick up the ball. And it's played away now for Armson. Decides to drop the ball backwards. No real options forward, and here is Petrados on the ball. Gets a touch. Looking to get it back again. Tatafu was there nicely. Cushion Tedder back for Jack Kenny. Now, as we mentioned, very tight field here, and so they have a very particular style of play to St George City. They usually play 4, perhaps 5 at the back, keeping it very, very tight. Tef on the ball. They play it patiently out from the back. That's what they're doing again. Find it to Tafu. It's a Spirit doing something similar. They've got Khan Nizam and Ben Giro just up, not quite pressing high, but just holding around about the halfway line there. St George City have the ball deep in their own half. And then pressing on it. Here comes the press now. Tef. Has to check back inside. Giroud does well. This isn't back, and now Nizam pressing as well. Kai Williams does well, gets the ball, and then gets the return pass from Tef. Plays it short for Clarkson. For Tataf. A little bit of space in front of him if he wants to run into it. He's got Michio outside him. Chooses to switch it across to that far side. Finds Tef. Tef short for Curry. And then for Clarkson, for Tef. Neat interplay here, but Spirit letting them have the ball. They have got a very deep block here. So now the ball comes for Demoto. He is the danger man. Demoto turning, finds Curry. Curry again for Demoto. Now look to float the ball in, floats it in nicely. Glennie Smith there, clears the ball away well. And now here's Petrados. He was caught there, Petrados. He's grabbed his ankle, Petrados. It's going to be an early yellow card here. Adrian Arndt has waved the yellow card there in the general direction of Tef. We'll have a little check of who was on the receiving end of that yellow card. But Petrados looking lively straight away, evading the defender. He was caught late. And Adrian Arndt, as you said, it's Adrian Arndt, our centre referee. Hayden Kay on one side, Thomas Alders on the other. Callum Gamper is our fourth official, very experienced ref. Adrian Arndt, not even 5 minutes on the clock, and he's happy to brandish the yellow. And for the resulting free kick, we're off again. It's Simon Nicholas on the ball. Nicholas, and he's pressed, and he's going to switch it for Brady Smith. Brady Smith to play the ball over the top. Kobayashi to get in behind. Can't quite get there. Aerial contest won very comfortably in the air by Tef. And now here is Petrados. Playing the ball past the outside for Mostovoy. Mostovoy plays it in low. Just coming in at the back post there. But the first genuine chance of the game was Kobayashi. But, ball is flicked away. Looked like it came off a red jersey, but last touch from Spirit FC. Kobayashi very much the danger man. 4 goals already so far this season, both he and Yoshida. The Tokyo Express, I referred to them as before. They are in no way, shape or form from Tokyo. But, Tokyo Express was an old WWF wrestling team, tag team from the 1980s. And I like the name, so I'm going to stick with it. But, just one of the Tokyo Express out there tonight. Kobayashi nearly got on the end of it there. Yoshida is on the bench tonight. We'll possibly see them in action together. But, good bit of defending there, just took off the shoulder. But, pressed well by Curry. Here is Curry again. Receives the throw. And he finds Tatafu. Tatafu gets the return pass. And he finds Clarkson. Again for Tef. Back inside for Berry. Berry's got Tatafu beside him calling for it. He takes that option. And now down again for Demoto. Takes a touch. Beautiful close control. Curry again. It's almost like futsal at times on this very tight field. The close control is absolutely essential. And now Clarkson again. 1 touch, 2 touch stuff. Zipping the ball around nicely. Bit by bit, just driving the Spirit back. And Berry again. Just looking for someone to make a run for him. But, ball is floated out now to this near side for Michio. Michio takes the ball into the box. It's headed away, but not fully away. Into Tafu comes. Kobayashi gets there first and he plays it long towards the halfway. And then Berry just lets it run out of play. And then drops it down for Tafu. Drops it off again for Berry. 7.5 minutes gone. A little bit of a pattern developing now. Spirit happy to let St. George City have the ball in their own half. Just briefly into the Spirit half. But, just waiting for a little turnover like that. And then they'll pounce quickly. And then Petrados making a great run through the middle, looking for the early release. Doesn't get it. It's gone all the way back now to Simon Nicholas. Almost trapped in the corner there, Simon Nicholas, until they have turned the ball over, in fact, Spirit. More ricocheting around just a little bit. And St. George City, they emerge with the ball. Throw it, taken quickly, just inside the box. Spirit are there, they flicked it away. And again, straight back to a red jersey again. And they pick it up. And it's SJ Bonavaika, the captain. He's happy to go back with no options in front. Finds Tef again. The Brady Smith fan club have lasted 8 minutes and 24 seconds. And they've run down now to be beside the field. They've got a football with them. sitting up in the stands was not quite enough excitement for them. So down they go. Now, Pedersen plays the ball short. Curry, outside. Well, the referee has a long look at that. Players converging around him. Waves it away, does Adrian Art. Of course, we're all used to watching the World Cup at the moment, and everything being referred to VARs and things being checked up in the eye in the sky. Of course, real football, homegrown here in the NPL New South Wales. No VAR, no hydration breaks either. I've got mixed feelings about the hydration breaks. Don't love the Americanization of it, but do love being able to duck out to the bathroom or grab a cup of tea. So mixed feelings on the hydration break. Now, ball is played long. So again, straight to a red jersey. And Michio plays it forward to Pedersen, making a nuisance of himself. Gets a touch. Brady Smith gets it, and well, Demoto just lost his footing at the wrong moment there. Just about to put some pressure on. And here's his Japanese compatriot charging away. Kobayashi as he held back. And he felt that he was on the receiving end of the foul there. So the referee did not agree. Riku Kobayashi felt that he was having his jersey tugged. Adrian Arch does not agree. So that is a free kick to St George City. They're taking it quickly. And they're building again. With Ben Berry. For Taff. Taff short for Michio. Keeps it in well. Can't quite hold on to the ball. Turnover almost immediately again. They're getting all the possession here, the men in red. And now Demoto. Going to go around the outside. Checks back onto his favourite right foot. And then short for Curry. Inside for Clarkson. For Tatafu. Ball in there from Michio. He's turned over. And Corey Kavanagh. Like a captain's party here. Kavanagh plays the ball forward. And now for a chance in behind. But he's held up briefly. Turns inside to the left and then looks to go outside to the right. Just Ben Giroux. Couldn't quite pull the trigger there, Ben Giroux. And Ben Berry did really well. Tracked him well. Stayed on his feet. Giroux did look like he had Berry for pace. But, showing his experience there. Stretching out those long legs. Just forcing him wide. Not able to get a shot away, but has won himself a throw-in. Which is taken back to Petranos. To find a teammate inside the box. Ball is won back and flicked over the top of the keeper. Well, he had to struggle there. And stretch back. Jack Kenny almost went in slow motion there. Looping, arcing shot from Khan Nizam. Kenny looked to have it comfortably and then realised that it was going to drift over his head. Backpedaled quickly. Just clawed the ball away nicely. From a St George City point of view. Out for a corner out on that far side. Heart in his mouth moment there for Jack Kenny. Looked to have it covered. There isn't a breath of wind here tonight. Weather conditions, not a breath of wind here at Penshurst Park. It's a cool-ish night, not too cold at all. So perfect conditions for football. And now Petranos. Short corner routine here. I don't think that's quite worked out as intended, but Petranos still in the ball. Jinking and jiving. Driving the ball in low. Kenny does well. Scoops it up. And comes to the edge of his box. Not really making a forward run. Pedersen got there, but a little bit too late. Paolo Mitri was also calling for it, but he had a gaggle of Spirit defenders around him, and Kenny thought better of it. So bowled it out short for Berry. Berry again, plenty of time and space on the ball. Finds Teff. Now switches it over to this near side for Michio. Michio taking it indeed. Does really well. Backing there with Kai Williams. Kai Williams does really well. Saw the danger behind him. They're on again here in possession. Absolutely dominating in the possession stakes here, St George City. Tafu looking to play the ball over the top. Corey Kavanagh does really well. He's the captain tonight, Corey Kavanagh. Oftentimes captain Grant Cornwell on the bench. It's Marks, Henderson, Yoshida, Cornwell, Callum Keeley returning to the side. Andre Takami and Stavros Serpis on the bench for Spirit. Wabi, Gatelkin, Rossello, Franklin Jan, Roman Shalina, Matty Jackson and Spencer Webster making it the bench for St George City. And now again, Michio on the ball. To get this little interplay going with Demoto. On this near side, Bukayo Williams has been alive to the danger every time here. And let's just pause for a moment, says Adrian Art. And, throw in, not taken from the right position. And, he is inviting Lewis Michio to take a few steps back, which he does. And he finds Tatafu, pushing right out at the back there at the Spirit. Ball comes in over the top. Pedersen wins it well in the air. But, second attempt, the Spirit get there. And 2-3 headers get the ball clear, but not all the way clear. And it's Williams who plays it long. Heftef is there, balloons the ball up into the sky. Petrados can't quite get to it. Sees the ball out for throw in though. So chance to turn defence into attack here for Spirit Petrados. He's going to leave the ball behind and move forward, and then calls for the pass. The throw in, I should say. But, comes across into the middle of the field. Helped forward, just into space, not really towards anyone. Petrados is there. Can he get a touch? Petrados. Hef to have it completely covered. Slowed down. Don't think he realised. The number 10 jersey, Costa Petrados, was bearing up on his inside. Just about did enough in the end there. The tall central defender, Hef. And he's on the ball again here. And he finds Berry. Berry striding forward. Plays it short for Clarkson. Clarkson again for Thef. Looking to play the ball over the top. Mitri is there. Just a little bit too much on it there. Good run by Mitri. The right idea. A little arcing run there for Mitri. Just to the right edge of the penalty area. And he gives the thumbs up to Thef. Thanking him for seeing the run. Thanking him for playing the ball. Just a fraction too much on it there. And it's Spirit's turn now to play the ball out from the back. Flick there, but Hef is there yet again. Called his name so many times already tonight. And now Pedersen on the ball. Can't quite hold it up. Very like Pedersen there. Usually solid on the ball and solid with the flicks. But, not on that occasion. And it's Mustafa who plays it back for Petrados. Both sides appealing for the ball. It's going to be a red throw in there out of that far side. Can't seem to get any consistent possession here. Just over 15 minutes gone now in this first half. As we said, a lovely calm night here. It's, I would say, not quite warm but not quite cool, which is a little bit unusual. For the 20th of June in Sydney. But, those are our conditions tonight. Perfect for football. Hef. Plays it in low. Now Clarkson calling for ball in the middle. Morenvika chooses not to find him. Playing out on a wing back position here tonight, Morenvika. And the ball is spread out now again here for Michio. To find Tomoto, but can't quite find him. And Spirit again. When they get the ball, all they can do really is play the ball away. Hope and expectation, and there was a little late challenge there. We'll see by our referee Adrian Arns. Look to see if any advantage could be forthcoming, I should say. Khan Nizam coming across to this near side in front of our commentary position. No advantage forthcoming. So Adrian Arns brings it back, and he's had a bit of a free kick. Chance to see Spirit are going to go in terms of pressing men forward. We've got Kobayashi on this near side. Nizam and Giro up the middle. And Petrados just slightly behind them, so it's almost three up front. Petrados sitting just a little bit behind them. But, certainly that's the way they're setting up for this free kick. Petrados now drifting out to the left-hand side. He's got Armson over there with him. I haven't called Sam Armson's name too many times so far tonight. Mostly, he's been in the flyover states, as they say in the US, all those states in the middle of the US. New York on one side, LA on the other. But, Sam Armson's a little bit like the Midwest. Just everything is going over his head so far. Hasn't been able to get many touches. But, he's in the middle of the action over there now. Let's see if he can get himself into the game. As Esteban Morenvika takes that throw. And he drops it back for Thef. Plays it across again for Berry. The pattern repeats. Berry patiently plays it for Tatafu. Tatafu for Curry. Curry back for Berry. He is pressed now. Berry. Tatafu. He's also pressed. Chooses to play it long. The ball just evades Michio and evades Peterson as well. So Simon Nicholas now has it, and he plays it short. There is a high press now from the men in red. Driving forward. Curry. Pedersen driving. Forcing Spirit to play the ball long again and again. It's more in hope than expectation, the long ball. They really look like they need to play it to feet. These two Nizam and Giro, the two youngsters up front, probably preferring a defeat than in the air. They're completely outmatched from a size point of view by Tef, Berry to Tafu and Monaghan Vaika. And now here is Monaghan Vaika. Trying to play the ball in short for Curry, can't quite find him. And again, just having to play the ball away, not able to find a teammate. Pressure not really turning into chances so far for St George City. Dominating possession, dominating territory. Probably the best half chance of the game. Probably fell to Spirit. Kobayashi looking to get on the end of a cross. Couldn't quite get a touch on it. Apart from that, we've had nice build-up play. But, no real final product just yet. Now Michio gets half a touch. And then that man Kobayashi is there quickly. Closes him down, flicks the ball away. And Michio now with the throw short for Curry. Curry drops it back, gets it again. Curry a second time, and now back for Tatafu. He finds Brody Clarkson, and Clarkson again for Tef. A little bit of a press now, coming for the men in yellow. Nizam and Giroux pressing, and they've forced them back all the way back to Kenny. Kenny pauses for a moment, thinks about the long ball, thinks better of it, and drops it off again for Tef, and again for Berry. Gets it back, Berry, drops it off again for Tatafu. Something's around here just up in front. Demoto is now on this left-hand side, hugging the touchline. And Michio has pressed inside a fraction. But, they've chosen to switch it for Monaghan Vaika. And back again for Clarkson. Clarkson switching it now for Demoto. Goes come across to this near side. But, again, just a little bit too much on that. The wind just getting up a fraction. Say over the head of Demoto. So we've got now Demoto hugging the touchline. And his compatriot Kobayashi also now on this near side. Apart from Petradas, these two probably the danger men here tonight. But, ball just played high up into the sky, off the shins there. A contest in the air. It is initially won by St George City, and then again Mitri gets a touch. The other number 10 comes in nicely there. Petradas takes the ball and runs now forward beautifully. Petradas to play the ball over the top, but catches a teammate. Nizam there just caught the ball on the side of the hip. Petradas looking to spread the ball out, but couldn't quite do it. And again, back in possession. Coming deep now, Mitri to get himself involved in the game, looking to give an option to those defenders playing the ball out from the back. And they're going to come again with Tef, and he finds his captain. There he is. A little push in the back there suggested, but no. Nothing doing, says Adrian Art, but again, Adrian Art is very consistent with these positionings for the throw-in. Can't steal those extra meters, he's going to push you back. And now a chance to build. Brady Smith drops it back for Coates. Coates gets under the ball somewhat. Up in the air, contest won well by St George City, and now the crumbs are won eventually by St George City to Tafu, winning the ball well. He found Clarkson. They've been forced back all the way back now for Kenny. A cagey match here, as we expected. These two teams in very interesting positions on the ladder. St George City, 12th place and 21 points, just above those teams in the drop zone. Mali United have had a win, 2-0 win over St George FC, and so Mali move up to 23 points. The other side of the coin for Spirit, they're sitting on 24 points, and they're just behind, well, before tonight's play, they were just behind Sutherland and Rockdale, pressing on to make a case to make it into the Australian Championship. Sutherland Sharks, they've won tonight, they're up to 29 points. Rockdale have also won, they're up to 32. We've got an injury now just down below us here on the left-hand side. The game is going to be paused. Now, would you believe it, 22 minutes and 55 seconds, we've got the first break in pay, the exact timing of the hydration break. So it's almost by design. Everybody gets their hydration break regardless. And Alex Marcy-Smith, my cameraman beside me here, is going to take the opportunity for a non-sponsored hydration break, of course. If anybody wants to send us some energy drinks or waters, or it's hard to say. It's hard to say the drink without saying the brand. Sports drinks. We'll gladly accept them. But, probably have to check with the powers that be at Football New South Wales if we could mention names. But, interesting to see the teams out on the field here. Spirit are just having a sort of a conversation just in the middle of the field themselves in sort of a somewhat organised circle. St George City have gone right across to the bench. They are taking the hydration break, getting some fluids on, having a little bit of a conference with Mirko Yearley, their coach. Adrian Arndt says that'll do us for the hydration break. Let's get the game underway again. It was Lewis Mitchell who had gone down, feeling that shoulder, feeling that right shoulder. He looks still to be in a little bit of pain here. The physio there is with him, just checking it out there, giving it a bit of a rotation, bit of a tug and a pull, a bit of physio going on. But, still not clear if he's going to be able to return to the field. Both arms being lifted up high, so he's getting the full treatment here. A little splash of the magic water as well, but looks like he's going to be okay to continue. And, sportingly, the ball is thrown back by Kobayashi. Rolling out that right shoulder here, still feeling it just a fraction. It's Lewis Mitchell in the 5 jersey, but he is okay to continue. And we are back now. 25 minutes gone in this first half. No goals here. Penshurst Park. St George City, the home side, they have dominated possession. So haven't really been able to create any clear-cut chances. They have dominated territory. Have not threatened. Jake Holt's goal to any great effect. Spirit FC, they've been happy to just sit back somewhat. Created just the one half chance so far. They've had a corner. Looked like they were trying a bit of a short corner routine. Nothing really came of it. So with 20 minutes or so to go in this first half, it's still a stalemate. With these two teams right in the middle of the pack, so to speak. Round 20. 10 rounds to go. They'll both be wanting to push on. St George City, as we said, looking to get away from that drop zone. It's very much like Sydney Olympic are odds-on favourites for the direct drop, but that playoff position, they're really in jeopardy of dropping down into that. And here's Kobayashi, looking to put that into effect. Checks back inside though, he gets closed down. 3 red jerseys, absolutely immediately. He finds Kaya Williams, and Williams drops it back for Smith. And Smith then for Simon Nicholas. Nicholas plays it short. Ball comes forward now for Petradas. Petradas has to rush. 2 red jerseys converging on him quickly, but he did well. Exchange passes with a teammate. And then eventually finds Nicholas. Nicholas now playing the ball forward. Trying to get in behind. Nice little touch there. Goes to ground. Does Ben Giroux. Not really enough contact to warrant anything other than a wave of play on from our match referee Adrian Arndt. Now coming in to Tafu. Michio still rolling out that right shoulder, but he's running relatively freely on this near side. He's now calling for the ball from Tafu. Tafu moving forward. Does find Michio. He looks to have recovered fully there. Demoto is there. Demoto almost loses possession. The second attempt, but Michio battles hard, wins it back. Now finds Curry. Curry can't quite get there in time. And Brady Smith, to the cheers of the Brady Smith fan club, gets in there, wins the ball, drives it away. This has happened many times so far this evening. The ball's forward from the men in yellow, Spirit FC, playing the ball into space. Not particularly trying to find an opponent, but they're just winning tackles, or they're affecting a clearance. And, if they're going to trouble Jack Kenny tonight, they're going to have to get themselves on the ball and in possession just a little bit more. And now, here's Williams. Chance to take the ball over the top for Kobayashi. To get in behind. Ball bounces up, and Michio does well. Uses his body well, gets the ball, and then plays it away nicely for Pedersen. He's having his jersey tugged there. Adrian Arndt says, let's play on. Very clear jersey tug there, but the defender, Brady Smith, doing really well. He was on the referee's blind side. We're here in the stands on the left-hand side, directly parallel to the halfway, and we had a perfect view of that, but some experienced defending there. And Brady Smith, I beg your pardon, getting very close to Pedersen, but making sure that the referee couldn't see the handful of jersey that he had. Now Berry Looking for Tafu to move a little bit further forward for him. Just keeping things a little bit tight. And again, zipping these little passes in that they have to on this tight field. To Tafu. Wins the tackle, but the crumbs come for Spirit. The ball is played short, and again, not sure if you can hear that from here, but SJ Molenbeek has just given his team an absolute, I think rollicking is the old-fashioned word. That's not good enough. That's not, you know what, good enough. In terms of winning those tackles, he was not best pleased. That little exchange. He let his teammates know all about it. It's going to take a little bit of firing up here, I think, to get them moving. A lot of passive possession. Zipping these little passes in and holding the ball. Not creating anything with that possession. And Molenbeek trying to fire up his teammates. There's a little bit of defending to do here, perhaps. It's the Spirit are in possession. With Smith. Again, it's Smith for Nicholas. Smith gets it again, moving forward. Not much on, so he finds Williams short. And then to Tafu, does well. Has his ankles clapped. Keeps going, finds Demoto. And then Demoto closed down almost immediately. Space at an absolute premium here at Penshurst Park. Either side really able to spread the ball around. It's somewhat tight field at Christie Park where Spirit play. So it's certainly a bigger field than this. But, they're used to the Astro Spirit. They're used to the ball zipping around like this. They're used to tight possession and tight control being super important. But, they really are nullifying the St. George City game plan here by sitting deep. 5 deep now for Spirit as the ball is floated forward. Contesting the air, Molenbeek does enough to win himself a throw-in. And now, perhaps a long throw-in. That might be a way for them to generate a chance. They've got 2, 3, 4 in the box. And 2 more hovering on the edge. Here comes the throw now. Floated into the edge of the box. Peterson gets a touch. To find Demoto. Can't quite find him. Michio. Can't quite get a touch there. And the second attempt, Michio blocks the attempt at clearance. Minutes gone now in this first half. A very, very tense encounter. Both of these teams knowing how important a result is here tonight. Spirit to stay in contact with Rockdale and Sutherland. St. George City to just get themselves a little bit further away from Blacktown City, from their near neighbours, St. George FC. The tension is showing in this game. KG. Nobody really pushing forward, nobody really taking any risks. And now Molenbeek dropping it in there for Mitri. Mitri can't hold up the ball. Does he do enough? Doesn't quite do enough to win himself the throw, and it's going to be a Spirit throw out on that far side. Spirit certainly content to play the game this way. They're happy to sit deep. They're happy to let St. George City come on to them and then try and catch them on the break with players like Contrados and Kobayashi. Well, he's made a great run in there behind Kobayashi. Wasn't able to be released. He held his run nicely. He's got it again, Kobayashi. And he drops it back for Williams. Kobayashi didn't get in behind a second time. The run is covered there and checked. And now forward for Curry. Can Curry get a touch? Well, he's late getting there. It's Curry. Brady Smith comes across. I think he knew exactly what he was doing here, Brady Smith. Almost slowed down there, Brady Smith. He knew he was going to get there first. Lewis Curry just didn't quite see Brady Smith coming on his blind side. Smith slowed down a fraction, got the touch, took the contact, and won himself the free kick really well. Very canny, as they would say. Scotland were playing in the World Cup today. It's a Scottish phrase. Very canny defender. It's Brady Smith. And there's the ball played over the top. Kobayashi. There's a bit of pressure in the back, but doesn't win himself a free kick. And it's Nizam. Chance now for possession inside the St. George City half. They've had precious little possession here, and they've given it away almost immediately. They've done well to win it back. Simon Nicholas has got it now, and he finds Petrados with the step over, and then drops it back inside. Force back Smith. Smith is pressed well by Pedersen. Mitri pressing also, and Petrados with the little flick, a beautiful flick. Petrados going to get the ball back. It's held up just on the edge of the box, battling for the ball. No chance to get the shot away. Giroux there again, looking to pull the trigger. Couldn't quite get it away. And now Smith with the shot. There is our first genuine shot on goal tonight. It is from the man who has got his under-13s here supporting him, Brady Smith. Looked up. I don't think Jack Kenny was very far off his line at all, but Smith said to himself, 34 minutes gone, I beg your pardon, in this first half. No one's had a shot. Let's have a crack. Let fly. Kenny A looked to have it covered, and B, the ball sailed over the bar. So first proper shot of the match. Just showing how tense things are. 34 minutes gone. We've had one shot and lots of close interplay and tension. But now, chance to break again. Spirit. Their best little passage of play. It's in the last couple of minutes. And there's Kobayashi. Kobayashi again. Drops it back for Corey Kavanagh, his captain. Kavanagh drops it back for Williams. The force back. Smith again. Drops it out for Nicholas. And Nicholas plays it out for Petranos. Petranos inside. Lovely jinking run. Driven shot. Just over the bar. That's much more like it. Simon Nicholas there. The 13 jersey. Exchanging passes with Petranos. And, 2 shots in a minute from the Spirit side. And that's probably quite important to get a shot away. Brady Smith, you get a side of goal, just have a shot. Can turn the momentum. Can give your teammates a little bit of confidence. And, about 60 seconds or so later, again, Petranos is there. Drops the pass off. Simon Nicholas lets fly. That one was closer. First shot sailed high over the bar. That second shot much, much closer. So as a team now, they've had 2-siders to Spirit. They're growing into this game somewhat. The first 30 minutes or so, barely had a touch apart from clearing the ball or taking throw-ins. These last 5 minutes or so, they've grown in confidence a bit. Now, here's Demoto. Demoto for Michio. Michio plays it in low. But, flag goes up out on that far side. It's opened up quite a bit now in these last few minutes. A couple of shots from Spirit. Now an enterprising attack from the men in red. Ball driven in low. Not quite able to hold the run there. Young Pedersen. The assistant referee's flag goes up. And the assistant referee's flag on this side now has gone up for good measure. Pushed on, and as the ball was played, hadn't retreated back into an onside position with the Spirit, and so about 10 metres or so from the halfway line. It's going to be a free kick. Chancellors play the ball forward, but they decide to drop it back and patiently build from the back again, as they've done all evening. Pef for Tatafi. For Michu. Again for Tatafi. Building again. Back into this familiar pattern. We had 5 minutes of slightly open play. But, back now into this more structured play that has dominated this first half of football here at Penshurst Park. Pef. Looking to play it over the top. Modern Viking looking to get on the end of it. Nicholas does really well. Gets across. Effects a terrific clearance. And it's Armstrong there again. It might have been Armstrong who had that shot just a few moments ago, rather than Simon Nicholas. Apologies. One of the first times we're calling Sam Armstrong. Dangerous player, Sam Armstrong. Does have a good shot on him. Here he is again, looking to cover the run of Paolo Mitri, who was driving forward there. Choose not to find him. And now Croxon plays the ball forward. Coates there. Awkward moment for Jay Coates. Looked like he was going to come straight into his chest and then had to lift his arms up quickly just to readjust. With Demoted there beside him, but he did well. Picked up the ball nicely. He's doing well to retain his place, of course. That series of defeats, 4 defeats in a row. They lost to Sydney FC, Appia Leichhardt, Sutherland Sharks and Marconi. No clean sheets. Clean sheet in their win last week. 3-0 win against Sydney Olympic, and so Jay Coates retains his spot in this starting lineup. And he might have a little bit of work to do here now. Ball comes in low. Demoto takes the touch. Kuri adjusts his feet. Drops it in there for Michio. But Kobayashi does really well, tracking back there. 2 or 3 St. George City players, like they were going to have a chance to shoot. Just at the last minute pass. Now Petranos. Petranos just got one defender in front of him. Petranos, jinks inside. Petranos, left foot, then right foot. Now he has 2 defenders blocking his path, and so he drops it back for Kobayashi. And Kobayashi plays the ball in beautifully. Pef does really well there. Just leaning in from a defensive point of view. But, putting Benjiro off. Either party got a touch, and so out it goes. But you can see the confidence when he gets the ball there. Costa to Petralis. He's up on his toes. He's running well. Was tracked well by Brodie Clarkson. Clarkson did well to hold him up. Ball was dropped back for the danger man Kobayashi, who whipped in across. But, nobody there in yellow able to get a decisive touch. Benjiro the closest man, but not able to get there, and out it went for a throw-in on the far side, which has been taken now by St George City with Tef. And he comes again, as he's done several times tonight for Tatafu. Tatafu chooses to drive forward. He's continuing on to Tatafu, and a little flick there from Tatafu. Some sarcastic congratulations from those in attendance here. I think he felt he was going to have a teammate outside him. I felt that teammate was going to be Lewis Michio. Michio checked back inside and not pressed on. Not quite in the same wavelength there. And now the ball is lost. To be played forward. Peterson can't quite get there. So now they're going to switch it again to this near side. But Michio is there. He's got time. He chests the ball down beautifully. And he finds Tatafu, who in turn finds Tef. Back again for Berry. Stepped right back to the halfway line again, the Spirit. And now Petralos drives forward. A bit of pressure on Tef. Takes a touch, takes a second, and then drops it back to Kenny. Plays it long. Pedersen rises high, wins it beautifully. That really is his stock in trade, Pedersen. Terrific in the air, challenging for those 50-50s. And now Demoto floats the ball into the back post. Two players are driven in towards the penalty spot. Demoto curled out to the far side. And there is SJ Monahan-Vaika showing a little bit of that enthusiasm, shall we say, that he's famous for. Somewhat overly enthusiastic there. Shoulder into the back. And Adrian Art on hand. Blows a decisive whistle towards the free kick. Including injury time, we've probably got about 5 minutes to go here in this first half at Penshurst Park. Cagey affair befitting these two teams in terms of their position. Neither of them really in a precarious position. Neither of them in sort of mid-table security. Both of them looking for a statement 3 points here tonight. Feels like one of those games where one moment of brilliance or a mistake or something unusual, a penalty or a free kick perhaps, will be decisive. It's got that 0-0, 1-0 feel to it so far in this first half. Conditions absolutely perfect for football, as we mentioned. Not a breath of wind. It's a cool night, so it's highly unlikely the conditions will play a role in this game if we are to have a decisive incident. Now Pedersen gets a touch again, and now chance to break. Demoto, beautiful ball over the top. Can he get there? Pedersen does well, gets there, chests it down. Pedersen floats it in towards Demoto. Demoto looking to flick the ball away, but can't quite get the body angles right. They've given it away. Working back hard. Kandazan does well, works hard. Does he win himself a throw in? He does indeed. Now the chance for a bit of an exchange between Corey Kavanagh, number 6. He's the captain for Spirit, and he's getting a significant talking to from Simon Nicholas. Usual captain, or they're oftentimes captain. Grant Cornwell, not out there tonight. So Simon Nicholas, who's a senior party in this team, and Corey Kavanagh, who is tonight's captain, having a, shall we say, a frank exchange of views. Nicholas, who seemed to be the aggrieved party. Corey Kavanagh somewhat defending himself. All seems to be water under the bridge now as we're back to live action. As Michio battles with Williams playing it forward. Touch off the shoulder, and then Tatafu gets it. And you can see again, it's really, really tight there in the middle of midfield. And now, here is Kavanagh, the captain. And the ball comes out now for Petrados. Can we see a bit of magic from Petradas? Steps onto his right foot. Petradas with the shot. Just over the bar. And again, some sarcastic non-congratulations from the assembled crowd here. But, they're looking to find Petradas whenever they can. As they say in basketball, he's got the hot hand after those 3 goals last week. There is Grant Cornwell just heading off down below us into the sheds in advance of half-time. The ball has been retrieved. And the goal kick has been taken. Demoto. Can he conjure something up here before half-time? Clarkson. For Berry. Berry. Look to play it over the top. Michio wins it well in the air. Corey, can he get there? Corey flicks the header on. It's cleared away nicely. From a Spirit point of view, look to break from the back with Armson. Armson takes a touch, a second touch off his shoulder, Armson. And then he drops it outside to Mustafoy. Mustafoy wants to play it long. Cannot keep the ball in play. And Sergio Malfara not happy. And nor is Mirko Yurli out on that far side. Neither coach particularly happy how their team are playing. We're going to have 2 minutes. Thanks to Colin Gamper, our 4th official out on that far side. We're going to have 2 minutes of added time here. Now, can they get a shot away at the end of this half? Well, they get a shot away. It's driven in low. So the Coates positioned really nicely there. By my reckoning, to stoppage time at the end of this first half, that was the first shot on target from the St George City side. As we mentioned, they dominate possession, they've dominated territory, have not been able to turn that into anything meaningful in terms of chances. But that was Peterson there, unleashing. And Coates positioned well, just by his near post, collected the ball nicely. The ball is now down the other end of the field. St George City, they've got to throw deep in their own half, almost parallel to the penalty box, and it's to Tafu. He's going to take this. He's got Michio in front of him. Curry is there. Patterson also. Demoto coming short. And Peterson is there. And again, he wins it. Kaya Williams is several inches taller. But somehow, he's just got that spring in his step, does Patterson. He again won the ball. I called a game here a few weeks ago. The St George Derby. And every single 50-50, perhaps bar one, there's maybe 20 50-50s that Johan Peterson contested. He won 19 out of the 20. Just doing that hard work, battling hard, trying to get his team on the ball. And to Taffy. He plays the ball forward, but he raises an apologetic hand there. I think he was half thinking about a shot, he was half thinking about a crossfield ball. It ended up being neither. And that, I think, has been symptomatic, or emblematic even, of this first half. Decisions to make, not really being decisive, no chances really created. And the ball is then hoofed forward yet again. Nice patient Dingtainer back there. And Adrian Arn says that'll do us for the first half. A very tense and cagey first half from 2 teams looking to move up the table. And so we're going to pause at half-time with the home side, St George City 0, and the away side, Spirit FC 0. See you again in about 15 minutes.
Sydney United regathering themselves for one last attack. One last raid on Manly United's goal before half-time. Coco's delivery away by Neuenhoff, and Rule can strike them from there. Chimenti punishes the error. A hit and hope from Bailey Rule, not dealt with by Manly United. Find a goal in the last few minutes here or there. They won't have scored at home in more than 2 months. They could change that here to Robillard! Against his old club. It's a sweet strike.
Knocked away. Go again through Poon. Delivers into the middle. Pinball in the box. And it's Rocco Smith who delivers the blow. Up in the top 6 at the moment. Nudges the head of Smith. Soudis comes to find it. Fires! A rocket from Evan Soudis. And it is Poon goes direct. Does it trickle in? The second time around it did. If it needed it at all. Seen this before from Jordan Harb. A nice delivery into the middle. Header in a dangerous position. And it's eventually Lopez who gets the final head on it. Home. Chris McStay as Prendergast runs back. They're taking their time with it. St George FC. McStay off the left. Buries it in the bottom corner. That breaks the drought. 13 games in a row, no win.
George City trying to build. Here's Demoto. Pedersen can turn and shoot and score! Goals in consecutive games for Jon Pedersen. And through goes Katrib. Don't forget that Jackson is on a yellow. Katrib down to Hasarati, and the shot from Chop. It'll be followed in here by Cameron! Jesse Cameron grabs an equaliser.
Turned over. And it's fallen to Travis Major right on the edge of the area. He lets it go and off the post and in for Travis Major. You cannot give him space around the edge of the area. From Korai Tanaka, and that's a good ball up ahead to another goal coming maybe for Travis Major. And he puts it away. The comeback on that day. It's Nick Olsen. Chips it past with absolute composure. Ice cold from Nick Olsen to get the Sharks fans up and about here at Seymour Shore.
It is. Here's Costa Petrados to step up now. It's the run-up. Taking the shot! And Costa Petrados slots it away and makes it 1-0 here at Christie Park. Nice and early. Carreras gets the right way, but the precision is Kobayashi, who's got space to run here. It's not a bad ball there. There's Spirit. Shots on, Petrados makes it 2! The counter-attack was there, and Costa Petrados makes it 2-0. To force, and Costa Petrados gets the hat-trick. He can take home the ball. A lovely flick, and it is 3-0.
That ball is good. Jordan's header, and it's in. Opening goal for Apia. Here's Farinella. Ortiz deflected shot. And it's looped into the goal. Dream start for Apia.
Here is Hannigan now. Still with the ball. He goes out now. There's Rag. Cleared in. It's a back heel. And it's running in the back of the net. And it is a goal for SD Raiders. The substitute himself, Jakub Malbasa, with the flick. Makes it 1-0 to S.
We are nearly ready for the off here at Penshurst Park. It is David Feeney alongside Alex Morrissey-Smith. A very, very cagey first half here. And in fact, we do have our first substitution we've just noticed. And it is the number 9, Callum Keeley. Callum Keeley is that player who was involved in a rather unsavoury incident in round 1. He was sent off for a stamping incident that was filmed and videoed and went around the world. His coach, Sergio Malfara, I was speaking with him earlier. He is pleased to have him back. He was disappointed, both the coach and the player, with how everything had panned out. It was a foolish incident. He did the wrong thing. But, he has certainly served his penance with a significant suspension. And he is back tonight in the number 9 jersey, Callum Keeley. He is out there tonight for his essentially second game at this level, and we will have a little check to see who has come off. Couldn't see any substitutions in the red half of town here, St George City. They are unchanged at half time as far as we're aware. Let's play forward. Berry is there. He takes a touch. Actually, perhaps we do have one substitution. We do indeed. Yoshida is on there in the number 7 jersey. And here he is getting on the ball straight away. Yoshida. Just now on the edge of the box. Yoshida stops, pauses, holds it up. Pulls floated in out to the back post. Petratus was there, looking with intent. Ball's come out now for Armson. And Armson has dropped it back out for Nicholas. Finds Williams. Looking to play it in short. We do indeed. We've got 2 substitutions for the men in yellow. Our 4th official appears not to have held up the board. So Yoshida, he's on in the 7 jersey for Spirit. And also Keeley in the 9. So it's 7 and 9 who we're on. We'll glance around and see if we can let you know who has come off. From initial glance, it looks like it's Nizam and Giro who have both come off. We'll keep scanning the field. See Kobayashi still out there. So yes, it does look like it's been a 2-for-2 swap. Yoshida and Keeley on. They are both up front at the moment. And it is Nizam and then Giro who have come off. Now Demoto on the ball. He finds Tatafu. Tatafu drops it back for Berry. Just 2 minutes gone in the second half, and that familiar pattern from the first half being repeated. Tatafu, Pef, and Berry playing the ball around. But, a little bit more of a high press now. It's going to be a different pressing game, you would imagine, from the men in yellow. With Yoshida on there, with Keeley, they look a little bit more lively than those that were on in the first half. The 2 youngsters, Nizam and Giro, who have made way. So they'll possibly have a little bit of a tempo here, different tempo, I should say, in this second half. Speaking with Sergio Malfara beforehand, he did give a little bit of an indication that he thought Callum Keeley would see some game time tonight. Suggested he was going to see an entire half of football, but that's the way it's turned out. Now Armson out on that far side, battling away to clear the ball out. Does well at the second attempt. To Sam Armson. Clears it out. The 2 dominant families in NPL New South Wales, the Armsons and the Malfaras. Speaking to Sergio Malfara earlier, I did say to him every single week I come and do a match. There seems to be a Malfara of some colour or hue involved. If there's not a Malfara, there's definitely an Armson. We've got one of each here tonight. Sergio, the coach, and Sam, the attacking midfielder. I would throw it out that far side for St George City. They leverage one of their long throw-ins here. He's having a good long think about it. Referee's saying, let's get on with the game here. And eventually does throw it in towards the edge of the box. So it's headed away. And back out for Tatafu. A little bit of a miscontrol there, as he looks to evade Yoshida. And I'm pleased to say both members of the Tokyo Express are right there tonight. Kobayashi and Yoshida, both with the 4 goals so far this year. Petratus with 6 as their top scorer. The Spirit. Goal difference of -2, the Spirit. We'd be totally delighted with that. But, it's a much worse goal difference for St George City. Around -12. And now we'll pause for a moment. And here is Keeley. Keeley bearing down on goal. Well, it's flicked over the bar there beautifully. Perhaps not by design. But the effect of the flick is that the ball went over the bar from Theft, but Keeley bearing down on goal. Looking to make that St. George City goal difference worse still than the -12 that it is. And they've won themselves a corner. They're looking significantly more lively in the second half with Yoshida and with Keeley up front. Of course, still got Petrados out there, and it's Petrados who's standing over this corner, and he takes it short for Yoshida. Bit of a switch around. That did look like a planned move, and Petrados looks to drive it in, but didn't quite catch that as he would have liked. Petrados. The ball is driven all the way back, and it's Simon Nicholas who plays the ball back to Jay Coates. Coates now sends it long. Keeley looking to contest, just backs in to Theft there. I think he knew he wasn't going to win the header, so he was looking to do all he could to put Theft off. And now here is Armstead again, just on the edge of the box. He drops it outside for Williams. Williams out for Yoshida. Yoshida and Kobayashi to exchange passes there. Can't quite get it to feet, and the ball is played away. So we're mentioning the goal difference there for St. George City. Goals scored is their significant problem. They have scored just 17 goals so far in the 19 games that they've played. 17 and 19. That has been the real problem for them. And, for the last couple of weeks, one against Western Sydney Wanderers, one against Olympic, one against St. George FC, one against Manly, and two against Apia. So finding it difficult to score any more than one goal, and that is the story of their season for sure. So they want to pick up a few crumbs here just on the edge of the Spirit FC box. Well, let's plays the ball away, and just evaded an attacking midfielder there for the men in yellow. Breathes a sigh of relief there as Jay Coates. But the ball now is back with St. George City. Mullenweg plays it in low. Mitri has been driven back, hassled and harried and driven back. Mustafoy doing the defending there. And again, retaining possession, repeating that pattern of the first half. Coming forward now to Tafu, finds Kuri. To Tafu again. Drives forward to Tafu. And Yoshida does well. But, just stumbles slightly. But they're going to come again now. Tomoto with some beautiful feet. Inside one, inside two. Tomoto with the shot. Driven in low. Keeper looks to have had that covered. Jay Coates scrambled across just inside a 6-yard box. Pulled the arm away at the last minute there. Confident. He had that covered. And that it was not going to be a shot on target. Tall goalkeeper Jay Coates. Hasn't really been troubled that much tonight. And, textbook save to make in the first half. Ball was driven in low, but he was positioned really nicely. And now Spirit looking to play it forward. This building battle here. Theft, Keeley battling for the ball. Now Mullenweg to get that second header back from Peterson. Sure blast of the whistle from our referee Adrian Arndt. He's seen a foul there. And we're about 25 metres out from goal on this near side. Jay Coates is looking for at least one in a wall. Kobayashi is there. As is Petrados. Petrados gives Kobayashi the thumbs up. You've got this covered. And so there they are together. The 7 and the 17. They're together there. They're going to form a wall here. Well, it's a bit of a disorganised wall at the moment. Kobayashi is just slowing down the taking of the free kick, and the referee said, "Wait for my whistle." Wait for my whistle, please, says Adrian Arndt. Corey was trying to take that, not quite quickly, but just a little bit too quick for our match referee. And Lewis Corey again, standing over the ball. Referee now getting himself into position. Corey with the left foot floats the ball in towards the penalty spot. Theft is there. Can't quite get it. Pedersen, shot, goal! A beautiful strike from Johan Pedersen. The ball was floated in. The free kick floated in well in the direction of Theft. He couldn't quite get a header on it, but he did enough to put off the Spirit defender. The ball was headed out, and there was Johan Pedersen. He's been the danger man in recent weeks. He's adding now to his 4 goals already this season. He's their top scorer. Your top scorer only having 4 goals is perhaps a bit of a concern, but he has moved up now to 5 goals for the season with a beautiful strike. Johan Pedersen, 53 minutes on the clock. And it is 1-0 to the home side. That little bit of quality was what was needed. It has been provided there by Pedersen. Now, a little collision there. He's cut the ball in the eye there, perhaps. as the ball was driven forward, as our ground announcer was announcing the goal. Almost a little moment of confusion there, Ben Berry. And Tef colliding, perhaps certainly the ball seemed to catch him in the eye, but perhaps a stray elbow also. And he is down now and receiving attention. Only 10 minutes into the second half for our hydration break here, so going off script somewhat. But, I'll give us an opportunity just to review the second half here. We'll review the first half briefly. Very tense first half. Almost no shots on target from either side. Sparing chances, cagey, lots of possession for the home side, but not many chances. Things have changed dramatically in this second half. Changes are made. Yoshida on and Keeley on up front, and Spirit pressing on quite a bit, but in pressing on, they've given St George City a chance to themselves press forward, take a few more chances. They won themselves a free kick just down below our commentary position here, about 25 or 30 metres out from goal. Curry wanted to take it quickly, but Adrian Knight, the referee, called him back and said, no, we're not ready. And that, in fact, perhaps the sliding doors moment of the game made a big difference, because at the second attempt, Lewis Corey floated the ball in the general direction of the very tall Tef, who was making a real nuisance of himself just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Spirit FC were able to effect a clearance, a headed clearance that is, but the 16 jersey, Johan Pettersson, was waiting, took a touch and smashed the ball back in, giving Jay Coates absolutely no chance whatsoever. That was in the 53rd minute. We are now in the 56th. And so it is the home side leading by 1-0. Had the feeling of a game whereby a small number of goals, one goal perhaps going to decide it. But that goal has come relatively early in the second half. And Spirit now, with these two more attacking options, are definitely going to have to press on, try and chase this game somewhat. They just got to the end of a very disappointing 4-game losing streak, and they had a win last week, and it was that man Petranos who was the key man, scoring a hat-trick, which has a high foot there. I don't think there was any malicious intent there from Yoshida. The ball was quite low, in fact, as he pushed his foot across for the ball. But, stooping to get the ball there. We're just checking to see who that player is. Looks like it was Mitri who was down. No, in fact, it's Tatafu, I beg your pardon. Tatafu bravely in, putting his head in there in the danger zone. And Yoshida in the 7 jersey just looking to control the ball. And caught Tatafu, but no malice really in that, and so no cards issued. It's a really good decision by Adrian Arndt. But free kick sufficient. And that free kick now is played forward. And one in the air again. These 50-50 challenges. In the air, on the ground. Probably on balance being won more by St George City than being lost. And they've won it again there. Well, certainly did enough to win themselves a throw-in, which they take now out on that far side. Again, it's very tight here at this ground. You've got to take your chances when they come. And spreading the ball out. Spreading the ball wide, getting some distance is very difficult to do, as we see again. Berry drives the ball back forward. Pettersson gets a touch. Mitri is there. So is Smith. And Smith plays it forward now into space. Yoshida driving on. Berry wants his keeper to come. Jack Kenny holds on his line and then gets it and drives it forward. He does have a terrific long clearance on him, does Jack Kenny. And Pettersson was trying to win it, but he can't get it. But Molenvika does. Now Mitri. Lovely skills, beautiful skills. And look to get the ball back again. But, just as the pass was being flicked down there to Mitri, it was stopped. And, played forward now for Petranos. Can't quite get to the ball in time, just drifts out of play there. So we'll have ourselves yet another throw-in. S.J. Molenvika, the captain of this St George City side, gave his players a bit of a rev up midway through that first half. Didn't feel like the intensity was there. Didn't feel like his team were winning enough of those 50-50s. And now here's Pettersson. I beg your pardon, it's Mitri. Mitri drops it inside for Demoto. Demoto for Curry. Curry looking to get the return pass there. But, it was Michio there who couldn't quite find him. And Michio, did he commit a foul? He did indeed. Well, again, excellent advantage being played there by Adrian Arndt. Lovely play from Yoshida. He just had nicked the ball away from Lewis Michio and got himself into a bit of open space. Michio took him down. Referee waited probably as long as you could wait to see if an advantage was coming. No advantage coming. And so he brings us back for the free kick, which is taken now. And the ball has found its way to Mustafoy. And there's Armson. Armson again on the ball. Nowhere to go. 3 defensive players around him. So he lays it back for Jay Coates, who finds Nicholas. Nicholas, not many options there. So he plays it forward for Mustafoy. Mustafoy gets the return pass from his captain. Looks to get it a third time. The ball comes now for Petrados. Petrados shaping for the shot. Drops it in for Keeley. Keeley takes the shot, blocked away. Well, the flag was up anyway. Lovely little pass, dinked in there by Costa Petrados, and the new man in the 9 jersey, Callum Keeley. Ball just sat up slightly awkwardly for him. And Jack Kenny came out well. Wasn't to know the flag was going to go up there, Jack Kenny. And stood up well, blocked the ball away. But a little bit of space there for Petrados. Going to have ourselves a substitution here for the men in red, and it is the tall figure of Hef, who was instrumental in creating that chance. He goes off, shakes the referee's hand, and heads off to the sideline. Just waiting for our 4th official to raise the board and let us know who is coming on this play. 60 minutes gone in this match, and we have our first St. George City substitution, and it is Tef who is making his way off, and it is Matthew Wabi who makes his way on in the number 2 jersey. So Wabi on and Tef off. Now Pedersen looking to get in there again. Pedersen, Jay Coates, very sprightly, gets off his line really well, coming to the edge of his box, picks the ball up and now bowls it out. Down now here for Mustafoy for Petrados. He's being marked very, very tightly there. The 2 10s getting close to each other. Mitri making sure that Petrados can't get any time or space at all. He's coming forward now. That's a beautiful turn inside. Petrados calling for the pass. Goes a little bit behind Petrados, but a little bit in front of Armson. And now here is Petrados again. Those elegant step overs. And he's dinked the ball inside again. He's found his captain. Couldn't quite get the ball in control there, Corey Kavanagh. And the ball is played forward, but he's looking dangerous every single time he's on the ball, whether he's near the ball, whether he's in possession, making a run. Petrados, almost everything positive seems to be coming through him at the moment. Now Armson finds Nicholas, and Nicholas finds Smith. Smith looking to play the ball over the top. Ishida making a lovely run around the outside there. Couldn't quite pick it up, and now here he is again. Petrados checking for the shot. Petrados with the shot, blocked away really nicely. Follow up is there. Keeley drives it in. The flag is up. The flag is up for a second time. The shot came in. Well, it was a pass the first time from Petrados that Keeley picked up. This time it was a shot. It was blocked away well. But Callum Keeley, he's looked very, very lively. He's only been on since half-time. 62 minutes gone, and Keeley was there. Blocked by Kenny the first time. Couldn't block it the second time. But out on that far side, the assistant referee's flag has come to the rescue of St. George City. But, they are closing in on an equalising goal here. Petrados and Keeley combining really well. A combination of Jack Kenny and the offside flag, denying them on 2 separate occasions. And Pedersen has gone down there. A little altercation with Smith. Felt that there was an elbow, whether deliberate or otherwise, from Brady Smith. And he stayed down, has Pedersen. And Keeley now just having a little conference, shall we say, with the assistant referee out on that far side, just checking to see how far offside he was. And a very confident nod from our assistant referee out on that far side. Our 2 assistants here tonight, it's Hayden Kay and Thomas Alders. And out on that far side, our assistant, Certain that in the number 9 jersey. Callum Kelly had just strayed into an offside position, but he's looking lively. He's now chatting to Petrados in the middle of the field. Those 2 in combination. And Yoshida looking very sprightly out on that far side. We've seen a little bit less, it has to be said, in this half of the other Japanese import in this Spirit FC side, Riki Kobayashi. On balance, that's probably a positive for the men in yellow, because that means other people have been getting on the ball, getting into the action, looking sprightly, and he has looked very lively. Very lively. Keeley, since he's been on. Looks like Pedersen, well, he's a little bit ginger as he goes off the field, just shaking his head just a fraction. And, wiping the brow. But, he looks like he's okay to continue, just pausing on the flag on the halfway there. But we'll continue with the throw in. A little bit of conjecture as to whether it's a throw the ball back situation. It appears not to be. But, it goes for Smith, and he plays it forward. But it's one well in the air, and one well a second time. Looking for a free kick there, but none forthcoming. I felt that the challenge from Curry was a little bit heavy. And then the ball comes over the top for Yoshida. Yoshida, he's not going to win an aerial duel, you wouldn't imagine, against Ben Berry. But he does enough to just put Berry off, and Berry clears it. And the throw is taken very, very quickly now. Spirit lifting the urgency, moving the ball around. A little bit more intensity, and Nicholas has got the ball now. And he finds the danger man, Petrados, again on his toes. Steps inside, does a full 360 Petrados. Gets himself away from Pedersen and finds a lovely ball outside. Now the ball is dinked in. It's headed clearly away. Armson looking to get on the end of it. Can't quite bring the ball under control. Sam Armson, confident stuff. I'm sure we're all watching the World Cup at the moment and we're seeing that momentum meter or momentometer, whatever it is called. But, if we had one of those momentum meters here, you would definitely see that the momentum has swung. Certainly since the second half has started, with the possible exception of the goal that St George City have scored. But in these last 5 or 10 minutes or so, the momentum clearly swinging to Spirit FC. They're confident in possession, zipping the ball around. They're pushing St George City back. Every St George City player now inside their own half, and in fact 10 metres inside their own half. As Mustafoy picks it up now. And he drops it back for Nicholas, for Armson. Force back for Brady. It's Demoto pressing now. Demoto pressing, as is Pedersen. Now he's joined by Mitri. Done well, kept the ball tight, have Spirit. And they're looking to get it forward now with Mustafoy. The last touch there comes off Ben Berry. He felt the ball had already gone out of play to Ben Berry. Adrian Art positioned beautifully. And he says that's going to be a throw-in to the NWS Spirit. We are into the fourth quarter of this game. Now the ball is played forward, but played forward only into the grateful arms of Jack Kenny. We'll skip the hydration break in this half, and we will just continue playing 25 minutes or so. There'll be a little bit of injury time, but a couple of injuries, so about 25 minutes or so to go on this one. The home team dominated the first half, couldn't score. They have absolutely not dominated the second half. Spirit have in terms of possession and territory, but they have scored. And that is how we stay with 25 or so minutes to go. The home side leading by 1-0 here. With the pressure, the momentum, the possession, and the intensity all in favour of Spirit FC as they try to get themselves back into this game. Smith drops it off now for Williams. Williams down there for Kobayashi. They've got 4 or 5 men in the box now. Petrados takes a touch in the box. Takes a second touch, looking to turn. Petrados looking to get the shot away. Still in possession, Petrados. Still turning beautifully. But can't quite make room for a shot the second time. There was 4 or 5 yellow jerseys in the box there. They are really pressing on here. Looking to get themselves back into this game. Tatafu does well, wins it in the air. And then it is picked up. Second time of asking. Brody Clarkson affects the clearance. It is a late tackle there. Brody Clarkson certainly felt like he was caught late. But Adrian Arndt says no, let's play on. And the Spirit, they're going to come again here. Smith in possession, just biding his time, weighing up his options. Plays it short for Armson. And Armson then plays it out to that far side. Keeley, looking to get at the end of this. Keeley takes a touch. Monenvika does really well. Keeley took a nice first touch there. Couldn't quite get a controlling second touch. That battle is heating up there now. Monenvika has moved himself right onto Keeley. Almost a man-to-man marking job. And Mitri doing the same on Petrados. Almost does enough to get the ball back. But the clearance only comes as far as Armson, who finds Williams, who finds Yoshida, who in turn tries to the outside. Ball is played across. It's avoided everyone. Well, Mostafoy's picked it up. Has it got out of play? Stepping in, stepping out. Mostafoy, chance to drive it in low. Drives it in low, evades everyone. Now, Williams with the shot, driven in low. Cleared, half cleared. Petranos is there and now fully cleared away. Turned into a game of pinball there for a moment. Initially, Petranos holding the ball up, looking to get a shot away. Ball was cleared away, came back in rather quickly. And again, pinballing around inside that St. George City box. And they're coming again for a third time. Mostafoy drives it in. It's headed away. Perhaps not intended to be headed away in that direction, but headed away it was. By to Tafu, and we're going to have ourselves a corner. They're coming in waves now, are the Spirit, and it's Yoshida who's going to take this corner. And it's a zone defence for St. George City. They've got 7, 8 defenders, all right inside the 6-yard box. And here comes the corner now, floated into the near post. But doesn't get past the first man there. Disappointing corner from Yoshida. And Yoshida, does he win himself the throw? No, Adrian Arnstead. The last touch came off you. He was confident there, Curry. Feeling that he had not got the last touch. And the ball is there now for Matthew Wabi. And we've got ourselves another substitution now. And it's a double substitution, in fact. So it's Paolo Mitri is going to be making his way off alongside Hiroto Demoto. So Demoto off and Mitri off for St. George City. And, we'll bring you confirmation of who's come on now. And it is Stefano Rossello who's come on in the number 8 jersey. And we'll just confirm that second substitute for you in just a moment. So it's Rossello on in the 8 jersey. But what we do know for sure is that it's Demoto who has gone off. Demoto and Mitri off. Now the referee has got a blow for foul there. He does indeed. He's looking to extend an advantage. Taking his time getting up there. He just was caught Ben Berry. Taking a moment or two to recover. Now everybody being encouraged forward by Kenny. Kenny strikes the ball up towards the edge of the box. And well, it's our substitute, and there's confirmed the other substitute is Matty Jackson in the 27 jersey, who is our other substitute. Jackson, Rossello and Wabi, who have now come on. And it's Demoto and it's Mitri, who are the 2 players who have made way. Now, ball is played forward. Jackson, trying to get him behind here. Jackson takes a touch, controls it beautifully. Shaping for the cross, dinks the ball into the back post. Everybody had come to the front post there. And Jackson dinked it up to the back post. Mitri, Teftef and Demoto are 3 players who have made their way off for St. George City. And he went down rather theatrically there. Sam Armson did not receive a free kick. Back up to his feet quickly. And now Wabi getting underneath it. Rossello battling for the ball. And our substitutes getting themselves involved in the action straight away. Jackson controlling it beautifully there. Wabi with the header. And then Rossello contesting as well. There is Pedersen fighting hard. And he's got it back again. Pedersen, the 16. Touches it short. Little deflection, ricochet. Well, it does come back off Matthew Wabi. Again, directly below our commentary position here. We had a perfect view of that. And, Adrian Arndt also positioned beautifully. And he awards the throw to the Spirit. And they come again. Nicholas getting the turn pass from Smith. Nicholas now striding forward. Drive the ball in low there. Looking for Petranos. Looking for Keeley. Couldn't quite find either. And now Armson coming deep. Looking for the ball. Nicholas also filtering back. Looking to get on the ball. But in the 8 jersey, Stefano Rossello working hard. Driving them back. They'll be very familiar with how to play on this pitch. They know that space is at a premium. And they are really looking to condense things here.
Substitutions made by St. George City, number 10, Paolo Mitri, and number 23, Hiroto Demoto, replaced by number 8, Stefano Rossello, number 27, Matty Jackson.
Now, there is Jackson driving the ball forward. He's a very, very pacey player. Jackson putting the pressure on. Brady Smith, his fan club have got a little bit quiet. It's 5 minutes to 9 here in Sydney. It's perhaps they're under 13s, perhaps past their bedtime. They've maybe made their way home, but they were making a great noise in that first half. Less so in the second half. Now, speaking of making a great noise, Petrados, can he get on the end of this? He cannot. It was an angled pass from right to left to get Petrados going. And Ben Berry has gone, and he's left the ball behind him. And Jack Kenny just strides across. Well, I think he realised he was going too fast there, Jack Kenny, and so he slowed himself down. And now he will amble back into the middle. This new rule that we're seeing in the World Cup that I really like, if goal kicks are not taken within 10 seconds, it is swapped over to being a corner kick. Now, I don't know for an absolute fact if that rule is in effect here tonight. It probably is not. But it's been a really effective rule in the World Cup to make sure that people are not slowing things down, not doing what Jack Kenny did there and swapping from one side to the other. I beg your pardon, just to run a few extra seconds off the clock. But Kenny now gets right underneath that, plays it forward. But Pedersen looking to win it, does enough. Didn't quite get it, but did enough to make it a contest. And there is Wabi, and here is Pedersen again. Oh, lovely little nutmeg there from Pedersen past Mostafoy. And then Rossello striding around, comes inside. He's got Petrados there. And he's not just a pretty face, Petrados. Chases back really nicely. And then a beautiful piece of skill, a lovely piece of skill there. Little flick over, but a little bit too much skill there in the wrong part of the field. But, they've gotten away with it, and now they're coming forward. Coming forward in numbers. Petrados looking for the ball. They decided to play back slightly for Nicholas, and Nicholas has got support outside in Mostafoy, and he finds Mostafoy. Mostafoy checks back inside. Petrados has come short. And now here's Armson. Armson for Kobayashi. Looking to get on the end of it again with Kobayashi, but it is so condensed there. There are 17 or 18 players all just on the edge of the box there, making things really, really difficult to do anything creative in and around that box. That is the style of play that the St. George City have. They know what the field is like, and they're using it to their advantage. Now Armson, the little pirouette there, and he was caught by Pedersen. Free kick awarded. Nicholas plays it in low. Looking to find Keeley. Can't quite get himself onto the ball, Keeley. He's looked lively. And you would think there will be one more chance that is created for either him or Petrados before this night is out. Sitting deep like this in George City, inviting the Spirit side forward. And there is Keeley, but SJ Mononvaika has made it his mission these last 15 or 20 minutes to cut out Keeley. Two dangerous chances from him, and SJ is not letting him get an inch to breathe. He is right there, man marking him whenever he's on the ball. SJ Mononvaika is there, nipping at his heels, making sure that he knows he's not going to get any time and space to turn. Now Berry bringing it forward, zips the ball in there for Pedersen. Pedersen touches it forward for Rossello. Awkward bounce for Rossello to get on the second attempt, and he does have it now, Rossello, and he's got Wabi there. Wabi couldn't get the return pass. Pedersen looks like he's feeling the effects. He's a little glance across to the bench there, Pedersen, perhaps giving them a half indication that he's ready to come off. But there is a change now, and it is Armson who is making his way off. Sam Armson has made his way straight off. Standing on ceremony, they're the team that are behind. And it is Andre Takami who has made his way on there. Andre Takami, the 18 jersey, he has made his way on for Sam Armson. So fairly attacking option, Sam Armson, but, as is Andre Takami. Now we're going to have a throw in. Wabi takes it short for Rossello. Let's get it back. Battling hard. The two number twos in there. Mostafoy and Wabi. It's probably a draw there between them, but the attempt to clear the ball has not been that successful. And Jackson is there, as is Tatafu. Tatafu pressed quickly by Kobayashi, and so he checks back inside. finds a teammate, gets the ball back again, plays it forward, can't find a teammate at the second time of asking. And they're going to break now with Petrados. Petrados dropping it back for Mustafoy. Mustafoy steps inside Wabi nicely and now drives forward, beats another, drops it out now for Petrados. Petrados left foot across, comes in low. Can't find a teammate in yellow. There's only really one player looking dangerous in the box. Well, that throw in has not gone into the field of play. And so let's take it again. Interesting incident there. Threw the ball from way off the field. The ball didn't actually make the field of play. Quickly adjudicated by Adrian Arndt. If a throw in doesn't make its way onto the field of play, you don't swap it to the other side. The team gets to throw it again. And that's exactly what they did. So good knowledge of a fairly obscure rule there. And a chance to break. Here's Jackson holding it up, switching it nicely. Absolutely no support whatsoever. Pedersen striding forward slowly, and so it's played back for Jackson. He looks to step around. He's got Yoshida and Kobayashi both there for company, and he does well. Matty Jackson finds Tatafu, who in turn finds his captain, and now across for Berry. Berry looking to play the ball forward for Rossello. Takes a touch Rossello. Takami is there, does well. Beautiful little step over and turn from Mustafoy, and Mustafoy now back on the ball. Some lovely little pieces of skill in the last 5 or so minutes. Petrados with a beautiful spinning turn. Mustafoy with the same there. They've got to turn these little bits of trickery and skill into something more meaningful, into chances. And here is that man, Mustafoy again. Plays it inside for Takami. Takami back for Nicholas. Nicholas for Petrados. Petrados points to the left, goes to the right. Looks to find a teammate. Can't quite find him though. And now here is Pedersen looking played into space. Pace is shown there. Smith was coming across, as was Nicholas, and he does well, Nicholas, to get there. And he just touches it back for Smith. Back to his keeper. Back for Smith. Back again now for Nicholas. Nicholas for his captain. Just a little glance over the shoulder, and he plays it forward. Yoshida looking to get on the end of it. But, they're going to have to play these hopeful balls now. 10 minutes or so to go, including stoppages. And the ball is in the hands of Jack Kenny, and he is suggesting that Yoshida needs to get back. Doesn't really need to. He can hover on the edge of the box there. And a little bit of a wrestling match there. Kuri and Takami. Peterson comes in, says, let's get back to the football. And there is Kuri. Beautiful turn from Kuri. Driving now to the edge of the box. Kuri's got Jackson outside him. Turns again a second time, Kuri, and does really well and wins himself a free kick there. Lovely play, holding the ball up, shielding it, turning, driving forward. Had an option outside, had an option inside. Decided that he would hold on to possession, won himself a free kick. And that will expertly and very legally run probably another 30 to 60 seconds off the clock here for the home side. And they have sent just about everybody forward here. Have the team in red, and now they've realised, as Costa Petrados realised that everybody in red was forward. Matthew Abbey said, well, I better drop back here. And he's dropped back, as has Brody Clarkson. Now, free kick. Look to float it in. They got Ben Berry at the far post. Ben Berry comes up in the air. Berry wins it. But, just a glancing header from Berry. Stronger contact. Probably would have been 2-0. Just a glancing blow on the ball there from Ben Berry, who was calling for it in space. That's who the free kick taker looked to seek out. Berry was there with the goal at his mercy. Could not make it 2-0. 83 minutes gone in this game. Still, the home team holding on to a very slender 1-goal lead. Jackson again contesting in the air, but it's won comfortably at the back. And a second time by Williams. Driven back both times. And here is Rossello. Rossello leaves it for Peterson. Rossello takes one touch. Can't quite get a second. But his pass in turn cannot find a teammate in yellow. And the ball is back for Kenny, and Kenny plays it forward. And poor old Mirko Yuli out on that far side. He's getting very, very frustrated. We've had a substitution for Spirit. And that's Kaya Williams, who's made his way off. Fourth official has been incredibly quick tonight. I glanced down just for a moment to grab my pen, look up, and the fourth official's board has been up and come back down. So we'll confirm that substitution just in a moment when we see the new number out in the field there. But it's Kai Williams definitely who's made way. So a defender off. And now here is Mustafoy. Mustafoy playing it out. And we can see who that substitution is. It's Stavros Serpis out on that far side of the 22 jersey. They're coming again, but they can't quite retain possession. They've had a lucky rebound there, and Takami is on the ball. And he finds our substitution, Serpis. And he's now going to be on the ball again. That substitute. The ball just bounces over the fence there for him, unfortunately, but new ball is provided really quickly. So it's Yoshida, Keeley, Takami and Serpis, our 4 substitutes for Spirit. Wabi, Rossello and Jackson on for the home side. Pirouetting on the ball nicely there is Nicholas. And he drops it off for Smith. And he gets it back again. Lots of options left and right. He finds Yoshida. Yoshida. No real option short. He's got to play it all the way back across the other side. They've fallen right back now, St. George City. Are they falling into their own trap here, St. George City? They have conceded late goals several times in the last few weeks. There's our substitute Serpis. Is he fouled? Is there a foul the second time around? There is indeed. Well, the first one looked like a foul, and the second one certainly was. So it's going to be a dangerous free kick. I spoke to Mirko Yudi before the game. We were talking about the late goals that they've conceded in recent weeks. Jesse Cameron scored after 93 minutes last week. The week before that, Sydney Olympic, Bailey Callahan also scored in the 93rd minute. They gave a very, very late goal to Kamura in their 2-1 loss to Manly. So it's points being given away late in games, and is really costing the St. George City team. And as we were speaking, well, we'll pause for a moment as this free kick is being taken. Free kick is floated in. Petrados looking to get there. Couldn't quite get in it, but the ball is only half cleared. And Smith is there. And he drops it back for Nicholas, who in turn finds Takami. Takami again for Nicholas. And now out again for Smith. Smith plays the ball into space nicely. Mustafoy is there, drives it in. It's the corner kick. We'll finish off that story briefly. As I was speaking to Mirko Yurli and he was talking about late goals, the under-21s conceded a 90th minute winner. So it was 3-2 in the under-20s, with a 90th minute winner for the Spirit side. Exactly as we were having that conversation, Mirko Yurli sort of shrugged his shoulders as if to say, what is it about this club and late goals? But, Spirit will want to repeat the trick. They will want history to repeat, and they will want to get themselves a late goal. We'll have some more substitutions, and Pedersen, indeed, there he is going off Pedersen. Put in a terrific shift, Pedersen, worked his absolute socks off, and he's replaced by Oscar Katelkin for these last 5 minutes or so, you would imagine, including injury time. So Katelkin is on for Peterson in the 7 jersey. Oh, Petrados didn't like that. Petrados did not like that from Jackson. But, they've kept the ball here at Spirit. And now Yoshida. Lovely return pass. Yoshida with the cross. Header comes in. Well, he stooped low there. There was 2 players driving in low looking to get it. Kobayashi was there. It was Kobayashi who got the final touch there. He was racing in for the ball with Corey Kavanagh, his captain. It was Kobayashi who got there first. He couldn't quite direct the header on goal. That's what they need. Yoshida and Kobayashi combining to good effect. Not able to get the ball on target. The closest they've come, a disallowed goal from Callum Keeley. Linesman's flag denying him. No real arguments from Keeley. A quizzical look to the linesman, but no real arguments, so he must have felt like he was indeed offside. And now St. George City, they've just got to see this out. Mirko Yurdi will be imploring them. He said he was very frustrated with the late goal they gave away, particularly to Sydney Olympic. He felt that they should have been able to hold on. They didn't really do the things that you need to do, like taking the ball to the corner flag, running down the clock. He was disappointed that they didn't do that in that game. And now they've got a chance again. Keeper coming to the edge of his box and letting the ball run out there, picking it up and doing a full circle. Moving well as Kenny. I'll just correct myself. It was in the 80th minute when Cameron got that equaliser last week. So an 80th minute equaliser and a 93rd minute equaliser in the week before. But still, late goals being given away. It was a very, very late goal against Manly as well. Spirit looking to repeat that trick. And now the ball played nicely into space here for Nicholas. And he's now driving forward. Flicks it in. Now Keeley, can he get at the end of it? Keeley can't quite get there. He remained onside this time around. Couldn't quite get himself on the end of the pass. We're into the 90th minute now. And again, the fourth official, he's very, very quick off the mark. He got the board up and down really quickly. And the ball is cleared away. We are in 2 at a time. Spirit driving forward with Takami. Again for Smith. Smith for Nicholas. Nicholas plays it in low. Petrados attempted to leave it. Takami with the shot. Andre Takami! Just over the bar. Well, the optical illusion there of a goal. The ball went over the bar. It hit the fence behind and then rippled the net. We could see from our vantage point that it had gone over the bar, but a few fans here thought that ball had nestled in the back of the net. It was, strictly speaking, in the back of the net, but not inside the net, which is where Spirit FC wanted the ball to be. They still trail by 1 goal to 0. And in terms of legal chances, offsides not counting, that is the closest they've come. And they're going to press forward again here with Petrados, but it's under hit. And now Wabi, will he take the ball to the corner flag like his manager wants him to? Well, he does indeed. He does exactly what his manager wanted him to do. And this, Mirko Yurley, is not what he felt his team did last week. Now Wabi, he's done well. He's evaded 2 defenders there. He's played the ball across the front. Can Curry get a touch? Can't quite get there, Curry. Kobayashi gets there first. But, that is exactly what Mirko Yurley said he wanted his team to do. Be sensible. Take the ball to the corner flag. Try and run out the clock if you can. Now the ball has fallen for Kobayashi. Just a slight miscontrol from Kobayashi, and it is unceremoniously heaved away by Brodie Clarkson. Again, probably exactly what his manager would want him to do. Heave the ball away, get it clear of the danger zone. I've never seen anybody score from row X, Mick McCarthy famously said. That was the mantra that Brodie Clarkson was going with there. Now Yoshida, beautiful turn. Yoshida looks to hold the ball up. He does well. He finds Nicholas. Nicholas is going to try and float it in. It's half deflected. Keeley is there. Takes a touch. Only the slightest of touches and can't bring the ball under control. And now Kenny has it in his hands and he's going to clear it. And he got under that slightly, did Kenny. And Clarkson needs to win it, but doesn't. Keeley had not retreated back. And he was in an offside position again, as he has been many times. And again, some sensible play here from Kenny. Brings the ball back right to the corner edge of the box. And he can run off a few more seconds here. And now he strolls forward. He's got Keeley directly beside him. But, much better contact this time from Kenny. Up into the night sky. Jackson is there contesting. Just does enough to win himself a throw in. And they're ambling across here, as you would expect St. George City to take this. This will take them up to 24 points. They will be level on points with Spirit FC. Still behind them on goal difference. That is important for St. George City. The Manly winning tonight, so it'll be Manly on 23. Spirit on 24. And St. George City also on 24. St. George FC, they're stuck on 19. Blacktown City has things down on 18, but they've yet to play this weekend. So just inching further away, St. George City, from that drop zone, or certainly from that playoff zone. City Olympic, strong favourites to take the drop zone position. But that promotion, relegation, playoff position still very, very much in contention, as we are in the middle of round 20 of the NPL New South Wales Men's Premier Division. Last chance saloon here. Ball floated forward. Won well in the air by Berry. And Michio, he's there a second time. Can he get the ball? Can he get it away? No, he can't. Ball is floated in. There's a touch. It's there for Keeley. Well, the shot is blocked, but Keeley had a chance to make it 1-1. Exactly what Mirko Yurley didn't want to have happen. now we've got ourselves an injury. This will surely be the last action of the game. So much so that Jay Coates is heading forward. He is a very, very tall man, Jay Coates. And you can see him in the middle of the box, towering over Jack Kenny. And we're going to have ourselves a corner. The last action of the game. Petrados floats it in. And it's one in the air. And it's driven in low. And the shot comes in and it's blocked. And it's up and over the bar. Do we have time for a second corner? We do indeed. The goalkeeper is going to stay up. High drama here at Penshurst Park. And again, it is a defensive zone for the men in red. Floated it again from Petrados. It's over everyone's head. It's away. Chance for a shot from the edge of the box. Shot is blocked away by Matty Jackson. And he's injured himself there, Jackson. And Takami has got to head it forward. Goalkeeper charging back. They've kept the ball alive here. Still a chance for Spirit. Petrados floats it in. There's a touch. It's still in there, bouncing around the box. Keeley takes a touch. Still can't get it away. Eventually it's away. A look at the watch there from Adrian Arge. And there is the final whistle. What a dramatic climax to this game, with chances coming at the end, but the only chance that counted, Johan Pedersen in the 53rd minute drove in a right-footed shot, and at the end of the evening, that is the difference between the two sides. First half dominated by St George City, second half probably shaded by NWS Spirit, but we'll sign off here from Penshurst Park with the final score. The home side, St George City 1, the away side, Spirit FC 0. David Feeney and Alex Morrissey-Smith signing off, and we will see you next time at the football.